If a fragrance could bottle up the Mediterranean breeze, fresh linen, and orange blossom kissed skin, it would be this one. Come back and I'll tell you why BDK's Villa Néroli is your next fragrance to grab this summer. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, Smell Good with Jenna. I'm, of course, Jenna. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're into fragrance reviews, layering combos, and just smelling like you got your life put together, you know what you got to do. Stay blessed, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So, with Villa Néroli, I almost missed out on a really, really good summer fragrance, all because sometimes, yes, it's really cool to listen to people's reviews and thoughts, but it shouldn't be the end all be all. I was watching a fragrance review before I was into doing my own content. I was watching someone that I value opinion when it comes to fragrances, and they were mentioning how they didn't really care for their BDK's Azure collection. And I could see why, just based off like the fragrances and the fact that it was blue. I got this immediate impression that it was going to be masculine leaning. And at the time, I didn't realize unisex fragrances. I wasn't really buying anything that was out of my comfort zone. So I was sticking to things that seemed safe. So this wouldn't have been something I would have picked up. I don't know what made me decide to go to the scent bar one day and just looking for my next summer fragrance. I had nothing in mind. But I said, you know what? Let me check out the rest of the fragrances from BDK since I really enjoy the house. I decided to smell Villa Néroli and I was like, oh man, this is incredible. I'm a big, big orange blossom fan. So if you know that I typically gravitate to vanilla, orange blossom. If I see notes like that, I'm interested. So the fact that this had orange blossom in it, I was already sold. And the neroli, I know I've seen that neroli and orange blossom tends to go together pretty often, but this was my first time experiencing that together and I was sold. I'm like, you know what? I know this was last summer, so the next summer, since I already did my big one when it came to my fragrance haul, this was going to be on my radar. I kept looking throughout the year just to see if I can find good pricing on this fragrance, but for whatever reason, maybe because it's not one of the popular ones from BDK, I don't know, but I couldn't find them on too many discounter sites except for Joma Shop. So I wound up attacking when I saw that they were selling this for like $119 plus tax. Really, really good price because I think this retails for like what, $250, $220, something like that. So definitely jumped on that and I was sold. When I unboxed this and wore this for the first time, I was just like, this is incredible. This is something that just puts me already in that summer vibe. Like I need to be at the Mediterranean somewhere. Gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. So let's jump into the notes. I'll put them on the screen, but some of the main ones that we have are neroli and orange blossom. This opens up with the neroli, and then you have the citrusness of the lemon. So it gives it that bright, zesty vibe going on, but then it dries down with the orange blossom. Gives it that sweet, creamy floral base. And then the dry down is musky and clean. It just reminds me of fresh linen and just luxurious vibes. Like you should be on a resort somewhere in the Mediterranean. With the summer, sometimes we don't want overly sweet or tropical vibes. You just want something that's chilled, elevated, elegant, so you can just be on your resort enjoying your vacation. This is what you throw on. It's not doing too much. It's clean and just feels like luxury on your skin. So who is this for? This is for the person that loves fresh floral scents that has a little bit of sweetness to it, a little citrusness to it, perfectly unisex. I can see why one might think this would be masculine leaning, specifically with the neroli in it, but ladies, don't shy away from this one because there's that sweetness of the orange blossom that makes this beautiful for anybody. This is brunch by the water. This is honestly, I think this is the perfect summer fragrance just because it fits any type of occasion. You can wear it to work. You can wear it casually walking and, I don't know, shopping. This is something you can wear, like I mentioned, brunch, like I keep mentioning, rooftop situations. It fits any vibe and it's perfect for anyone. In regards to performance and longevity, the CI is moderate. You're going to smell this fragrance. It lasts, I want to say, 5 to 7 hours, give or take. It's not a beast mode, but it's there, and it's going to linger beautifully, especially in the summer heat and even when there's a summer breezes. Again, I think this is just a perfect all-around summer scent. All right, let's jump into the layering combo. I didn't do too much with this one because sometimes I find with neroli it's a little bit challenging to pair with other fragrances, but now as I'm talking about it, I feel like I can do some stuff with it. But of course, I always start with an unscented soap, and then we use Bath and Body Works Calypso Clementine. This has juicy clementine, neroli, nectar, and coastal woods. And then obviously I paired it with the matching body cream. And then I decided to try something a little bit different with Skin Potion's Alma Divina body oil. Even though the notes don't really pair together, but something about the champagne and the lily of the valley I felt went perfect with Villa Néroli's luxurious elegance and that aquatic vibe. So I used that, and then obviously we topped it off with Villa Néroli. Of course, I always mention if I have the matching fragrance mist of the body cream and shower gel from Bath and Body Works, I like to spray that in my hair too, so it gave it that a little bit more juicy fruitiness and that neroli in there. So in regards to my final thoughts and do I recommend Villa Néroli? For men, 1,000% I would recommend this. This is different from the typical blue fragrance we're accustomed to, the neroli and the orange blossom. But also, ladies, don't be like me. Don't judge and think just because it's blue, it's going to be masculine leaning. This one, at least from that line, I find very unisex just because of that sweetness and that floralness of the orange blossom. And I think it's just perfect for any type of setting during the summer. So I would definitely check this one out. And that is my video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're familiar with BDK's Villa Néroli, if you're interested in picking it up, or if you have it already. Stay blessed, like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, the best compliment one can get is that you smell so good.